Today we're going to try Luby's Chicken Tetrazzini, which I cannot say I've ever heard the term Chicken Tetrazzini before I saw this. And if you don't know, Luby's is kind of a big popular, well, I guess it's not as popular as it used to be, but it's a big chain here in Texas. There's tons of Luby's locations. It's well loved by a lot of people. I know my dad loves it. He's a Texas guy. I personally never been to a Luby's. There are some that I could have gone to and I can still go to, but I personally have not been. But I know they're very, very loved around a lot of areas of Texas. Kind of like a down home, like almost like a cafeteria style place, with, you know, good food and more of a local vibe. And according to the thing I looked up, they were started in the 40s, but I know that there's a bunch of them now. There's, you know, a few dozen Luby's restaurants around here, and thus they've moved into frozen foods, but only in Texas as far as I can tell, because this is exclusively sold at HEB, which is basically the grocery store of Texas. But they are also in a couple other states around Texas. I believe they might be in Arkansas or you know, around the Texas state area. But mostly you're looking at a Texas item here, sold exclusively at HEB. And it was $8.22, which is not bad for a meal this size. This is a solid, probably, I know it says 4 servings, but I'd say probably more like 2 for adults. And it's tetrazzini, which is famous spaghetti casserole in a rich cream sauce with mushrooms, pimentos, and chicken. That all sounds good to me. I love mushrooms. I love mushroom-based sauces. I like chicken. You know, a chicken spaghetti is fine with me. So tetrazzini, I've never heard of it, but here we are. Now you can make Luby's famous. Again, I've never heard of it, but I know Luby's is a big deal around here. If I had been born in Texas, maybe that might be something I know. Now you can make Luby's famous Chicken Tetrazzini in the convenience of your home. This item was crafted to taste just like the classic version we make from scratch in our restaurants. At Luby's, we're firm believers that there's a right way to do everything and no detail is too small. We make everything fresh each day in our restaurants, hand butchering quality meats in-house and creating our original recipe entrees like our famous Chicken Tetrazzini from scratch. To find your local Luby's, go to lubys.com. Okay, so maybe we'll check out Luby's one day, but that day is not today. Instead, we're going to check out their frozen stuff and look for instructions. Oh, here they are. Oven method, preheat oven to 375. And now you can microwave this, and usually I'd be an advocate of microwaving frozen meals when there's an option. But seeing as it's a family-size meal and not like an individual, you know, lunch entree, I feel like this is more of an oven thing. I don't think anybody's going to buy this giant meal to take to lunch, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's an oven product, so we're going to go with oven. 375, remove dish, set on baking sheet, bake on center oven rack for 35 minutes. Remove film, stir, and then cook for an additional 7 minutes to, you know, top it off. So let's open it up and check it out. Looking at the ingredients, we have number 1, water. That's always a good one. Cooked chicken, spaghetti, milk and skim milk cream, annatto extract, powdered cellulose, mushrooms, non-fat dry milk, red peppers, margarine, soy lectin, a bunch of crap, blah, 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 blah. A bunch of stuff. So I don't know how close it could be to the restaurant when there's so many different, you know, like weird chemically things, but, you know, I'm not one to judge. And the plastic is already kind of off ours a little bit, but here's what it looks like. You can see the chicken. That's a better angle. You can see all the pieces of chicken at the top. I assume that's all the chicken, which means it's not too much chicken for a family-sized meal, but maybe there's more mixed in there. I doubt it, though. So I think this is what we're going to get with the chicken on top and the spaghetti on the bottom. So I'm going to pop it in the oven, and I'll be back. All right, it's been out of the oven for about 10 minutes, cooling down. Here's what we got. It looks not that great, but it does smell very good. It has a great smell to it. I wish there was more mushrooms. Not too many mushrooms for this tetrazzini, when that's kind of one of the main things. Rich cream sauce with mushrooms, pimentos, and chicken. Not too many mushrooms, not too many pimentos. There's a couple throughout you can kind of see, but not a lot. So hopefully it all adds up. I wish there was a little bit more. And I also wish that the noodles weren't cut. This is one of those dishes, I guess, where they cut the noodles to make them super short instead of keeping them long. Maybe there's a reason for that, but right now I'm more of a long noodle man. So I'm feeling like these cut noodles are a little weird, but whatever. Let's taste it because honestly it smells very good and I'm hungry. So Luby's Tetrazzini, here we go. Interesting, not at all what I was expecting. It's actually a lot spicier than I was expecting. Because nowhere on this package does it indicate to me spice. Nowhere does this package indicate a cream sauce with mushroom, pimento, and chicken. That doesn't say spice to me at all. But it is pretty spicy. I wouldn't say like overly spicy. It's more of a... It's almost like a pepper spice, like it's over peppered. And I'm a pepper man. I put pepper on everything. I got pepper here because I was planning on putting it on after I tried it. But I can't add pepper to this because it's already over peppered, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it's actually pepper, but it has the taste of something that somebody accidentally put too much pepper in, which is not the worst thing that could happen, but it's a little off-putting, to be honest. I think that's kind of overruling the whole dish because it goes throughout the sauce. The pimentos themselves, their pieces are so small, they might as well not even exist. They don't really add anything. The mushrooms, they're great. There's just not that many of them. There's maybe like 4 or 5 mushrooms. There's only 3 mushrooms in this bowl. I don't know how many mushrooms would be in the overall package. There's still more, but I would say under 10 slices of mushroom for this whole, package. Surprisingly, the chicken is more in it than I would have thought. So the chicken is not really the problem. I wish they just had more mushrooms and more pimentos to kind of balance it out, because the sauce, the weird peppery spice of the sauce is just overwhelming. But the chicken cuts through it a little bit. When you get a piece of chicken, the chicken is very nicely seasoned. Every piece I've gotten has been, nice and soft and not chewy. And I haven't gotten any bad bits, which is a thing that happens a lot with frozen chicken meals, is you get bad pieces of chicken. Every piece of chicken I've had in here has been good. The chicken itself on its own is excellent. It's really the sauce and the weird peppery taste of the sauce that I don't like. And I'm not sure quite where it's coming from. I was trying to read these ingredients. Again, the seasoned chicken, that makes sense. Spaghetti, that makes sense. I just don't know where the spice is coming from. I don't know what annatto is, or annatto, A-N-N-A-T-T-O. But it says it's for color, so that can't be it. Mushrooms, right? Non-fat dried milk, red peppers. I guess that could be it, but usually when I think of plain red peppers, like if somebody puts red peppers, I wouldn't expect spice, but maybe that's part of it. Margarine, vegetable, soy lectin, citric acid, vitamin. Yeah, I'm not seeing what it could be. Salt, sugar, powdered cooked chicken. That's an interesting choice. Apparently they have powdered cooked chicken in the sauce, which includes chicken fat, carrot powder, natural flavors and tomato powder, onion powder, pepper, and garlic powder. So pepper is an ingredient, but it's second to last. So I don't think it should really be contributing too much, and I don't visibly see too much pepper in here. I see a couple flakes, but it just tastes like something that oops, I accidentally poured the entire shaker of pepper into my dish, and now I'm gonna force myself to eat it because it's all I got. And it's at that level for me, which sucks because I do think that it has potential. I think that the chicken is really good, and I really wanted to like this because I just like the concept of Luby's. Again, I've never been there, but I like the idea of it, and I thought, since it's an HEB exclusive, it might be good because HEB generally has pretty good stuff, but there's something about the taste of the sauce that I just can't get past, even though I think the idea is solid. Maybe if they cut whatever is the spice aspect of the sauce back, and again, it's not spicy like heat spice, like a pepper spice, or yeah, it is like a pepper spice, but like a black pepper spice. It's not like a jalapeno or like a serrano pepper spice. It's like a black pepper spice, which is just unusual, and I love pepper, but it kind of ruins this dish. So I'm gonna have to give it a 2 out of 5. Maybe you might like it. If you think the taste of a lot of pepper is for you, then you might have a chance at liking this. I would have thought I would be in that camp until I tasted it, and I'm definitely not in that camp. So that sucks. You know, I spent $8.22 for this, and I don't think I'm gonna eat. I'm definitely not gonna eat the rest of it over there. I don't know if I'm gonna finish the bowl I have right here. I might, because it's what I made for dinner, but kind of sucks. So Luby's Chicken Tetrazzini frozen meal. You can get it at HEB. They have other things. Maybe I'll try. They have a frozen baked fish box, which might, you know, be a little bit better. But the Tetrazzini, there's something about the sauce that I just can't get past. The rest of it, it's pretty good. I wish that there was just a different sauce, because the chicken is good, and if they had more mushrooms and more pimento, I think this could be potentially really good. It almost makes me want to try to make my own Tetrazzini. I don't know how I would do it, but I kind of want to try another Tetrazzini, which I know there's not going to be another frozen one. So what are you going to do? That's my thought. There's a 99% chance I won't do that, but if I ever do, I'll record it. So Luby's Tetrazzini, 2 out of 5, and I will see you all next time.